And we are back on Knowledge, Nonsense, and Reasoning. Before we start the show, I just want to say thank you to all the viewers. I'm sorry last week we couldn't have an episode. Just we had a few setbacks, both technical and mental health-wise. I wouldn't want to give you guys a show where I don't feel comfortable giving you 100%, frankly speaking. So if you're here watching, I appreciate it. If not, well, you could go suck a fuck. But with that said, we have a big artist in the house today. I'm sure you guys already know who he is, and if not, well, you're definitely gonna know after today. Twelvelen.
What's going on?
What's up, brother? Welcome to Something Divine Studios, man. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
No, absolutely, man. So, question: Did you drive up here in that beautiful 1972 Cutlass?
No, we got the Cutlass sitting in the shop right now. Getting some work done for it.
Oh yeah, what are you getting done on it?
Just right now, just redoing the rear end. I got to go posi on it because I done switched out the motor, so we got a lot more power happening. I had to snap the rear end on 95.
Oh shit.
So right now I'm just going posi, and I mean, shit, that's really just it for that one, for that car in particular.
For that car in particular,
yeah.
No, man, because sorry to start off with that, but just like I was reading an article about you, and man, like that really, like the pride that you have for that car really shown, and just it's crazy. You probably have the meanest one this side of the Mississippi.
I would most definitely say though, man, like just like cars in general is just something I really feel deeply and like passionate for. Like I have a car club right now on Valora Ave. It's a location more so. And we work really close with Bangers Miami, which is like honestly not one of, but is the biggest car club in South Florida, like period. Tuner cars and everything like that. So we got a lot of like JDM whips and shit like that.
That's fucking
so we do that like every last Friday of the month. We had a car meets over at Velvet Valora. So you see everything from imports, literally we got everything. Our car club, we have everything. Yeah.
Wow, man. And that's a lot of opportunity, but man, you seem to be a man who takes advantage of his opportunities. Come on. So your first big single came out in what, 2016?
Yeah, 2016, yeah.
Absolutely, with your first album, and just like you never really looked back from that. And then you always created these opportunities from when Coach K hit you up, and then what like your first conversation was like 12 hours?
Yeah.
That's a crazy amount of time to have a conversation when you meet somebody, no?
Yeah, we definitely linked up, and he definitely he set me up really good though, like with a lot of like good people to be able to like stay in contact with on a I guess like more on the press side of things, and like having those kind of resources, being an independent artist and not having too much of a support system designed for them. So he gave me a few important pieces at that time in my career, like really early in my career that I didn't have.
What would you say was the biggest lesson that you learned from someone of that stature, at least like immediately? Like what was the first lesson that you were like, wow, like this is putting me on?
Valuing the relationships, that you have, I guess, like presented to you. And I would honestly say that is, and also, take advantage of, the opportunities that are given to you. A lot of times we find ourselves being modest and humble and being conservative and trying to preserve the resources that we have, when in reality, a lot of times you need to take full advantage of it. You know what I mean? Because they all have expiration dates. Like everything has an expiration date, even relationships does, because that relationship you may have with that person over in that office, that person might leave that position in the next 2 years. Totally. You never know. Like they might get promoted or they might leave YouTube and go to Amazon, or leave Amazon and go to Fader or go to Rolling Stone. So it's like every opportunity you get, take advantage of every opportunity. And like that was definitely my lesson in that time period, was that I did not take advantage. Full advantage of a lot of opportunities. So that's something I always want to share with people, which is take advantage and stick your flagpole down at every opportunity and everything that you create for yourself, because if you don't, somebody else will,
Well, that just gave me goosebumps, and we just started, so I'm really excited to see where this goes. But you're absolutely right. But to go back to a point you just made, you're right. Like people do want to be humble and conserve like the resources, but like, do you think it's just conservative, or or to an extent that they just don't believe in themselves that like they could handle those opportunities as well.
I don't know if for some people, I don't know if that would be the case for them, but for me, it wasn't not the believing. It was more so of the breeding of being a person from Miami.
Yeah.
You know, like being a Miami in the sense of where it's just like it should be a different word of entitlement, but it's a word of just like pridefulness of just like, all right, I got this shit, man.
Yeah, you gotta have your guard up at all times because someone's gonna finesse you too.
Yeah, because that's where we come from. Where it's not, where it's like it's the city of gods. You know, and that's the demeanor that everybody carries on each other when you're coming from out of South Florida.
It's all up front sometimes.
Yeah, it do. And the thing, like I said again, like for some, I don't know if it's fear. I don't know if it's not believing. But for me, it was more so of like my guard was up. You know, like with everything.
Yeah. No, see, for me, it was my guard being up and also just some self-doubt, literally, because I've definitely missed out on some really good opportunities just because I'm like, I'm not the one. And that's a shitty realization.
Yeah, it is
to get to and be like, damn, I could have been the one if I thought I was.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But you're right about being from where we're from, man. You gotta have your guard up here in Miami, bro, because somebody's ready to finesse you, hack your bank account, steal your girl. Oh, and it's the craziest fucking city to live in, dude.
Yeah, because everybody trying to get out at the bottom.
No, absolutely. And then being from Carroll City, bro, like that's like, you feel me? Like that's not like that's not a great area.
Yeah, nah,
it's not. So like keep it light, you know what I'm saying? But and then what, you start off as a security guard at your peak making $18 an hour, right? Yeah. I did my research a little.
Yeah.
And then just giving that up, because frankly, that $18 an hour is a job that even most people today would be like, fuck yeah, $18 an hour, flexing. Yeah. No, like I'm never gonna, like, I love telling this story. Like, I come from the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
Where, bro, if I don't have a cap, you feel me? Like if you do, so
if you do good, you do good.
You feel me? So like a few years ago, when the new IKEA store opened up right next to Dolphin, right? These guys would all come to come after the shift to have a beer, and they'd be like, yo, dog, I'll put you on, bro. I'll get you started at $12.50 an hour, dog. Yeah. And like me and my coworker would just be like, damn, bro, for real? You would do that for us? Like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna shit on your life, but it's crazy how that's the flex for some people. Yeah. And then you just let that shit go.
Yeah.
It meant nothing to you.
Yeah, I had to. I mean, because that's not where I wanted to be at. I didn't graduate high school or anything like that. So it was just more so of like, for me, it was always create stability first and keep your livelihood cap very low. So therefore you can have room to play with investment, and not investment in the sense of finance, but time investment
in yourself.
Yeah. So, but the most important thing is to ensure that your stability is fine. So, once I walked the stage through high school and I got into like, just doing security, in the midst of, I chose the security field because it gave me time to be able to sit down and write things, be able to read. And I knew that I needed to get myself out of that situation. So what I started doing is I started weaning myself out of it. So once music started making a part-time income, I made that job part-time income. Once it started making full-time income, I was like, all right, okay, I can get this full-time attention. So it wasn't more so of like, people say, man, just jump out there and do it. That's not a thing. You still have to make sure you have X amount of funds stacked up and or X amount of time with your livelihood, situated. So like that was just a formula that I created for myself, and it worked for me,
But I think that's a formula that anybody should follow. With anything, if you don't have a foundation, shit's gonna fall through.
Yeah.
There's no other way around that, because it's hollow. It's not. There's no substance there.
Nah, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there. So no, man. But you're right, because people do want to do shit on a whim. They do want to just fuck it. I woke up today because my astrology is in Taurus moon, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to go become a painter. My dude, you draw stick figures. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Which, hey, your stick figures could be it. But, bro, no one's going to buy your stick figures today.
You got to put in the work.
You got to put in the work. And put in the work is something you have, dude. And, like, you came up with some real badass people, dude. Yeah. Denzel Curry, Smoke Perk. Like, you came up with a lot of fucking cool people, dude. And you were a young cat when this was happening. Like, when'd you quit your job?
When?
Like, what age?
I want to say like 20.
Like,
19, bro, 19. I quit.
Bro,
yeah, I quit my job like 19.
Bro, the foresight you gotta have for that, man. Like the self belief you gotta have for that.
Yeah.
Cause that's, like I said, bro, that's hard.
Yeah, I quit my job at 19, got my own crib at like 22.
Fire.
And I was sharing it with all the homies, you know what I mean?
Fuck
Me,
it.
Denzel, Curry, Ronnie J, all of us is all living together in the same house.
Wow.
And we all was just making it happen. Denzel took off, popped off 2 years later. You had X pop off living in the crib with me as well. And then Ronnie J then popped off the next year after that. And it just kept going and going and going and going and going and going.
And what was that like, dude? Like, what was that atmosphere like? Because, like, you guys were just all hungry, trying to come up, making it happen.
At the time, it was the atmosphere was crazy. It was like seeing everybody like doing their thing. And mind you, I was more so on like developing my sound.
Yeah.
You know, because I seen what everybody else was doing. Just me, I'm always against everything in the sense of like I wanted to create something fresh and new for myself, work my lane, stay in my lane. That's it. And so I didn't drop my actual first project. I don't want to consider it like an album. I released it on SoundCloud, which was Friends, and then I transferred it over to the DSPs. And that was 2016. And after 2016, I didn't drop anything else. Like I threw out a bunch of like random stuff,
like little singles, maybe a couple features.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything. So like this most recent project is like my first actual body of work that I sat down and like people listen to Friends be like, but bro, what you mean it was so cohesive? You had it, because I move with intentions. When I create for a reason. So it felt and it is very cohesive because I made it all within the same time frame, but I never put real crazy energy into it, to be honest. You know, like Stardust, it took off. It just took off. Naked Hustle, the Bizzle tribute, it took off. And now, you know, releasing my first actual project, Thank the Gang, took off. And it's still going. It's still only it's like 6 months old, 5 months old. And like it's still fresh, you know?
No, it's still fresh. And come on, think about it. Because Stardust came in 2016.
Yeah.
6 months old. Bro, that's a 5-year gap of just working on your craft. Yeah. Working on it. And bro, like that's such nourishment that people don't apply to most things at all. Like, like even outside music, I'm just saying, who dedicates 5 years of their time to do something? Yeah. Outside of going to school. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucking discipline, bro. Like, and that's commitment to it. And then being around all these creators and then running with all these opportunities, bro. Come on. Like last year, Red Bull released a documentary about you, The Definition of a Florida Boy. That had to be a milestone for you. Yeah. Like had to be fulfilling in a way, no?
Yeah, more than lately I've been like sitting back looking at everything that I have done for myself, and I'm saying that to say like everybody need to do that.
Everybody.
Like because a lot of times we get so caught up on
what's next.
Not only what's next, but where we see ourselves to be and where we want to be. We don't I don't want to use the word again, but I don't want to use this word, but like we don't stop and appreciate the things that we have done, and that kind of short stops our blessings as well. You know, and I'm saying that to say because even like with the documentary, with like the stuff with Gap that I did, the Jameson stuff, all these things, I didn't care, like in a moment because my mind is so caught up on like I need to get this. Like my ultimate goal is to be able to have my feet kicked up with a crib in the Bahamas. Like that's why I want to like I only see my end goal, and I now have recently again like had to stop because you'll find yourself getting stressed out because you start asking yourself like why this thing isn't happening yet. Is because all these things in between has to happen first, you know. And I mean like everything that I guess like all of the accolades you may inquire amongst, you know, the way to achieving your ultimate goal in this journey, a lot of times, you know, you don't sometimes appreciate it because it's like it was supposed to happen. It's like when a person say, hey, yo, congratulations for what, you know, this blase thing that you just got awarded for. Sure. You don't care. You know, it's just like, I'm supposed to get this. I've been working. Like
I earned it.
I earned it. Like, and it's not, and that's what I had to realize is that, you know, you can't You gotta recognize those things. You gotta like glory. You gotta give glory to those things. Because if you don't, you're gonna find yourself in a really dark place because you're so caught up on again like your end goal that you're not appreciating your right now.
Bro, it's funny. I literally just went through that last week.
Yeah.
I couldn't record. Like I was a fucking mess. Well, other personal things too, but that was a specific thing. I was like, bro, because like we start off in a bedroom.
Yeah.
Like we started this whole thing in a bedroom, and it's just like cool, and like you see the progress, but it goes back to like you can't appreciate it sometimes.
Yeah.
And I definitely struggle with that because I'm the same way. I'm like, but what's the end goal though? Like we gotta keep moving, we gotta keep pushing, we gotta keep going.
Yeah.
To the point that I literally burn myself out.
Yeah, you burn yourself out.
Yeah.
And one of the bigger ways to refueling yourself is to appreciate the very like in the moment.
You gotta take a step back.
That's how you gas yourself back up is the moment. Like, all right, today I got this. All right, boom, let's go out, let's get a drink about it. Let's go and do this and do that. Let's live for this right here really quick so we can be gassed up again. Because
and ready
if you
for
don't,
that.
exactly, because if you don't, you don't recognize that you done got somewhere.
And you can't see it. Like
you can't see that you done got somewhere.
Like it's not real to you.
Yeah.
Like you're literally gaslighting yourself almost at that point. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, man. Like, but it's so easy to do that because like going back to being where we're from.
Yeah.
People will blow smoke up your ass and not mean it.
Yeah.
Like
facts.
Like people will be like, yo, dog.
Yeah.
Like
it's all for favor.
It's all for favor. I mean, like it seems like you're at a point where people generally like if they say they like your shit, it's because they've heard it because you're prominent in that sense. As we're still coming up here, frankly. Like I'm proud of where we're at, but we're still coming up. It is what it is. But like sometimes people be like, "Yo, man, I love your show, this and that." I'll be like, "Bro, did you even fucking like tell me one thing about my last episode? Like, who was my guest?" They won't know.
Yeah. That's why I'd be like, yeah, I'm back, bro.
And then you gotta question people's intentions at that point. It's like, are they just saying it because they want to get something out of me later, or like are they trying to be supportive in their own weird way? Like you gotta question people's motives at that point. Yeah, dude, and I'm sure that like coming up, and especially, dude, like your sound is different from everybody, bro. Like you came up with a lot of rappers, and like your sound is, I think, predominantly R&B, but like some of your influences, like I feel like you have a little bit of rock influence somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? And obviously there's a rap dude like Denzel Curry, quote unquote, said that you're one of the fucking hardest rappers out there if you wanted to be. Like that's a quote that I read online. That's one hell of a compliment.
Yeah, nah, it is.
You still fire. You still keep in touch with Denzel?
Yeah, daily.
Yeah, it's a dog.
Yeah, every day.
And that's thank you to John from Coach Uncle Oz on the ones and twos, by the way. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, and then coming up and then getting your flowers, I guess, for lack of a better term, bro. That's got to be rewarding. And then this weekend, 3 Points Fest.
Yeah,
that's got to be exciting.
Yeah,
like especially because you're part of that Winwood Creative. Come on, like you have your store out there, you have your car club out there. Like, how does it feel being so immersed in that community?
So to answer that, like, it feels like I really don't know. Like I mean, I would say, like, if I was to step out of myself and look at it, it would be it's great. But what that community and that crowd is today, like me, Denzel, my close homie, so that's why I'm bringing him in. Me, Denzel, Forbes, the videographer, who he used to be producing a lot of film back when we was coming up with Space Ghost Purple, all of that stuff, Rated Clan era. Let me keep going. Marley, she had a activation she used to do every year called Vive Block Party. You have The Void Miami with Sean Bangs. You have David Sinopoli with 3 Points. Also, Bardot, back before they got rid of Bardot.
I remember Bardot.
You have The Love Below with Telescope Thieves and all of the homies over there, right? I'm saying all of these names is because before they knocked Element-T down and turned it into what it is today, and also Bardot was a big part of that as well at the time with Sinopoli, we created, like, it's nobody before us. So you asking like how does it feel? I don't know, because we made it. Like, it wasn't nobody else. Like Twelvelen was the first, like, before Twelvelen was being presented as a band. you know, and we was the first like urban acts to be like smashing Wynwood every single weekend. They wasn't even allowing us in there. You know what I'm saying? Then
I absolutely
Denzel and Forbes came up with Denzel Forbes and Ashley Venom came up with the concept of the Void. Brought in Sean, who still does the Void. There wasn't nothing like that in Wynwood. You get what I'm saying? Absolutely. So, how I feel, right? I don't know, but that's why I say I gotta taking myself out of like,
out of yourself.
Yeah, out of myself, out of being one of the people to help, I guess, like pioneer the culture that's there. Because you get what I'm saying?
That's what you guys did, though.
Because outside of the music, that's what I do is culture curate. You feel me? And congregate people on a daily, on a weekly.
Dude, you don't just do music, bro. Yeah. You're out here creating different facets of it, incorporating it, building on it, and then you're building with these incredible creatives as well,
man. Other creatives. So it's just like taking myself away from that. It is great. You feel me? Cool. Because it created opportunity for other young people, like kids that attend Dash and all these other schools to be able to tap into these little nests that we are all creating and that we already created. And now we have real ownership inside of those areas. Again, like Sinopoly got space and then he got the spot upstairs. I have Velour. Then you got Andrew's, the skate shop now. Wow. You know, you have Lower East Coast, you feel me? That's with Sands and them boys there. So it's like, it's dope as fuck because we started off with nothing. You feel me? We started off with just like
less than nothing almost.
Just like being creatives. And before Wynwood got popping and going to Art Walk every every first Saturday of the month.
First Saturday or third Saturday? Third Saturday, right? Yeah.
And we'd be out there riding our longboards or some shit. And like the art used to actually change every month on the walls and the galleries used to switch up every month. Like now, it ain't nothing. But now we have the spaces now. We have our own spaces in those areas, so we now bring that there. So that's why, like, even like with 3 Points, I love it because it helped push that forward. Whereas like these creatives are here because, you know, it's really corporate and commercial in those areas now. So it's hard to find us because a lot of these bigger people are coming in and buying out the advertising and fucking up the algorithms. So when you coming in to visit, you like where to go, you can't really find us if we ain't got the money to play and spend on the algorithms and the advertisements and the guerrilla marketing. You won't know to go off of 32nd and 7th Ave where all the new hot spots are.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like where Daily's at.
Why would you? You're gonna think Coyo Taco, or the Wynwood Art Walk and shit like that. And it's crazy that you say it because like dude, like the gentrification is very real. Yeah, it's very real, and like. And it's not always a bad thing.
Yeah. No, it's not. They bring people in, but it's just not what you do with it now.
But it's exactly, and it's stepping on everybody's toes. I mean, come on. Look at the influx of people that we're going through right now over the last year. We have over 30,000 people who came in. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking people, dude. And now with the inflation and stuff going on, man, being a creative, it's hard because like not to be the cliche of it, but you know, until you're there, you're just a struggling artist. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because like other things that you spoke about like are things that like I go to that I care about. See, like 3 Points Festival is what really like opened my eyes to the creative thing. Like I've gone to the last 3 of them. Yeah. And I fucking love it. Yeah, I love it. I love that scene. I love that culture because like I've gone to all types of festivals. On the rap festival.
They push for experiences. They push for the experience for you to
and the variation of it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
They'll have a DJ here. They have an R&B artist on a fucking rock band over there, all playing at the same time. Yeah, you don't see that very often unless you're going to one of those super big mainstream festivals like Coachella or something like that.
But even then, they still kill it.
Hey, no, they kill it every fucking time, man. Yeah. It's so incredible, dude. Like one of my favorite memories ever is seeing the gorillas out there.
Yeah. I was there that year too.
2017, right?
2017. That's my first time playing 3 Points.
Wow, okay. So then you've played at the last one as well, I'm assuming. Yeah. So this is your third.
Yeah, this is my third. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
2017 was the Gorillas, and then the next year after that was 2018. I know we had a big hurricane come, so it kind of fucked up that year.
Yeah, like they moved it to February 19.
Yeah, but they still had like a hurricane. I know like Vince Staples performed that year.
Blood Orange.
Who else?
Wait, are we talking about the festival or
the festival itself?
Oh, dude, on ASAP Rocky, Blood Orange was sick.
Yeah, Blood Orange. Yeah.
Erykah Badu. Yeah, bro. Yeah, like I only went one day that year. But, bro, Even
James
then,
Blake, yeah.
James Blake,
2019.
yeah, man.
Yeah, King Cruel was 2018 too.
Yeah, King Cruel.
Yeah.
Nicholas Jar was 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2017. And just like I remember that first time I went, I got kicked out because Scott Disick like literally kicked everybody the fuck out at like 3 a.m. So it's fun. So there was like I was out there by myself that day because I bought a 3-day ticket. The first day I went with my homies. We didn't get back to like my buddy's crib because like his parents were out of town, so that was our little base of operations, for lack of a better term, right? So it was me, 3 of my homies. Whatever. I wake up like at noon. No, I go to sleep like at noon. Finally, everybody's still fucking going. They're like, yeah, we're not gonna go sleep. We're gonna go back later. I was like, that's great. I'm gonna go sleep on the hammock in the back.
Yeah.
I wake up. This shit's a fucking war zone. I got one guy passed out with like one arm in the pool and shit. The other one on the patio table, not on the chair, on the actual table. And then I'm here just poking people. I'm just here fucking poking people. Like, are you alive? They're like, water. I was like, oh, this guy's dead. Fuck it. We gotta leave him behind. So then I go by myself, and I just had a buck wild of a time. Great.
Yeah, the last one I was tripping on shrooms.
Bro, that day I did acid. I smoked a bunch of weed. I hit the slopes, if you catch my drift. Yeah. I was rolling face. It was a mess. I was a walking fucking anti-dare program. So great. It's 3 a.m. I'm fucking wired. I'm here, still doing a bunch of this because fuck it, I'm wired. Yeah. So there's these two girls. Super out of my league, definitely models or something. That I guess I don't know why I thought I was gonna pull them. I didn't have a rope, but here we are. So I'm there running, and they're like, at first they were with it, but then they saw that I was poor, so they were like, "Psych, boy." So then, I'm there, whatever, vibing, and then like 10 minutes later, security guards just fucking like 20 security guards just kicking all the guys out. And then I just see one little 5'6" Boy Scout, and I'm like, "What's going on?" Oh, Scott Dixon's kicking all the guys out. As I'm walking out, those two girls are walking right in, and that was the moment I knew it was time to go home.
This ain't the vibe no more.
This ain't the vibe no more.
Yeah.
And I think that's a perfect metaphor for what the fuck's going on in Wynwood.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're vibing, you're having a great time, and then you got Scott Disick stepping on your shit.
Hey. It's fine. We step into.
Absolutely. I hope you guys like my long metaphors.
Yeah, no,
I don't know how I ended up at that story, but here we are. But so Red Bull made a documentary about you. Yeah, that's gotta be fucking cool to know.
Yeah.
Like, how did that all come together?
Let me try to remember. Damn, I don't remember.
I just woke up one day and I have.
Yeah, I know. I got hit up by a rep there, coach and curator at the time, Lily. She hit me up and was like, she want to do this series because they brought me in as a sound select artist. It was me and Goldlink. We performed downtown in Miami.
Sick.
I think that was 2018. And after I got brought into like that whole system, they was like, all right, we want to do a series on you from out of Carrier City. And they just wanted to like just do a whole like highlight series. They seen like how I was into the cars or whatever. And they did it. Like they did it. That shit was dope though, you feel me? Like especially like when we did the premiere down in Wynwood and like having my mother there, my father there, like everybody are like watching this like the entire film, And even like now when I look back at it, I was like, damn, that was 2.5 years ago. And it feels so long ago. I was like, damn.
That's a lifetime ago, bro.
You do, but it's really not. Like, we got to stop and slow down and disconnect sometimes because it's no time ago.
See, I hear you, but I don't agree, bro. Like, I'm sure you're not the same person or think the same way that you did 2.5 years ago.
No, see, but the thinking part doesn't have anything to do with time. It has to do with what you go through. Within time, but time still doesn't really.
It's a weird intersection.
Yeah. It's still, so when I'm saying like the time and what you go through in like life is not like that amount of time is not no time.
It's not as long as it feels to you because it's you.
Yeah, but it feels like a long time. But it was like, bro, that was just 24 months ago.
What is 24 months, right?
It ain't shit. My son is turning 2 years old now. My son was just born January 2020. So like, looking at that, it's like 24 months ain't nothing. Like literally, I thought he was just born yesterday. So for me to be thinking 2018 was so far ago, I'm bugging. Yeah. again, that's the type of shit that slip you into depression because you feel like you ain't going nowhere. When in reality, it was just a year and a half ago. I had my dreads still and all, but it's like, damn, all right, I'm tripping. Let me run a little bit more now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to remind yourself that it's just time.
It's also coronavirus too, man. We
got a big blank space in time. Period.
Yeah, like we literally just have a black hole of like
just of nothing.
Like damn, like that's crazy. And so damn, man, your kid was born 2 months before the whole thing hit.
Yeah.
So what was that like? Like you having a newborn? From the sounds of it, you're very close with your family. Yeah. Is it that a fair assumption? Yeah. Fire. So you're close to your family. You just had a newborn, and then the world ends. Yeah. What was that like?
It all right. So it's two parts in life at that time that bothered me. Right. Well, not that didn't bother me, but that kind of played an effect, which was it was a good and a bad, but it was still good. And 2019, shout out to my nigga again, Giselle. You feel me? He had brought me on the tour with Billie Eilish. Wow. And I did like the last however many days. It was a bunch of days. Went up to Canada, everything. And as soon as I got back home, I had just did my contract with Red Bull to do they brought me in as like a curator for Miami. So I had these parties I was doing in 2019 and 18 called the Homies Only, where I would congregate a bunch of people and we would throw these parties, but these parties would be it would be DJs that's hand selected to be able to give these DJs the platform to be able to break through to the next tier. But the focus behind the Homies Only was I used to go to a lot of bars and a lot of clubs outside of like me being in Wynwood and tapping in with some of the homies that DJ. I would go to like other clubs. Like I love the strip club. I love like a bunch of like other spots.
Heard on that.
And what bothers me is that what was bothering me at the moment before creating the concept was that I would go to these spots and I wouldn't hear certain musicians from out of the city being spun that are doing big things, like billions of plays a month. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, yo, why aren't you spinning these records? So like, why aren't you spinning these records that do also fit the environment of where we are right now? You just not. You know what I mean? It's not even like these sound curators or these DJs don't know these artists. They just
don't care to play them.
They just don't care to play them. And it's cool. It's cool. I feel like you might not be feeling it, but you got to understand that you're doing a service to your city when you do it. You know what I mean? And that bothered me. So I got into this place where it was like, I was fascinated on the story behind Disney World. And I was like, yo, we need to create our own narrative. You know, we need to control our own narrative. We need to just treat everything like it's our own world. We need to have our own church, metaphorically, our own parties to congregate to, our own stores to shop. We need to just create our own world, live in it, create the attraction. People come visit and they love it to the point where it's like they want to stay and they want to live and they're going to pay rent and they're going to do all these things. So I said, all right, cool. I'm going to throw my own parties, the Homies Only. I'm going to make sure that the DJs I handpick, yo, this is the list. Play these 20 artists 3 times a piece. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like that was my thing. So the whole thing behind the Homies Only was to again, backpedaling again, but recognizing back
pedal, front pedal, go sideways, whatever way you want to go, like, brother.
Recognizing, so like when it comes to marketing, you have to first recognize the geographic that you're on, not the demographic. The demographic is the mental state, but the geographic of
where am I?
Like where you are and what does this land what does this land thrives off of? You know what I mean? People don't come and tour into Florida, into Miami. They don't go past Orlando really. So Miami is a what city? It's a party city. People don't want to stop and hear a performance. People don't really too much care to go to a performance unless they're just going to support you, unless it's like a big ass artist. So we have to
create that.
We have to create a moment in which these records or these artists can thrive, which goes back to who? In Miami, it's a party city, so that is determined based off of who? The DJs. You know what I mean? Having a good time, having these great records being spun, and then having the new records brought in and broken. But they have to feel like these DJs have to actually
care.
They have to care.
They have to care.
It. So I wanted to create my own narrative. And then again, Red Bull seen what I was doing those years, and it was like, yo, look, we're finna give you a budget. They gave me a retarded budget. It was like, yo, let's do it. So here we go. Fire. Now I got you caught up. 2020 happened. You know, I just did the whole thing with it. They gave me the contract for it. I did the first one, which was New Year's. I had Denzel come out for that one. And like a bunch, like members only, Trunks, all of those guys. Everybody from down here all pulled up.
Fire.
And it was big. Like it was OD.
I bet that shit was fucking huge.
It
like,
was
don't
huge.
undersell it. I
And
bet that shit was fucking huge.
And it was at my shop down in Wynwood. So we did that. A couple of days later, I had my son, right?
What a week.
So once I had my son, I had to fly to Atlanta. Literally, like I laid with him probably for a couple of hours, and I had to fly to Atlanta because I knew he was coming. I was like, yo, I gotta make something happen. I need to get some money stacked up, all this shit. So I flew to Atlanta. I had the opportunity to sign my first deal. It was a distribution deal at the time, and I signed that deal. I was beyond stoked with the deal because I'm like, yo, they just gave me retarded bread, like not no baby shit.
Yeah.
And this the first time that I got with a collective of individuals that understand my music. So I went over
care.
that would definitely care. Like I was over with human resources. I had signed with human resources at the time, and at the time they had Brent Fayez, they had Pink Sweats, Baby Rose. So these are artists that all fit in the lane in which that I am in. You know, like my entire career, I've only been affiliated with hardcore rap motherfuckers because these are just my brothers. So
these are your dudes.
These are the people that I'm around all the time. So it was always harder for me to
branch out.
Yeah, to branch out and to, I guess, like be put on a platform that would cater to that sound. And because none of my homies can do that for me, even if they want to try, because that's not the field that they playing on.
That's not their sound.
That's not their sound. So they do what they can. You know, they be like, and they love my shit. So they like, yo, sing this hook for me, do this. But it only could do but so much because that's not the world. Yeah. So I signed that deal. I'm hype. I'm like, I don't really care about the bread. I'm just like, yo, I'm finally with a group of people that understand. All right, boom. A month and a half later, COVID happens, right?
Fuck.
So COVID now happens, and the label itself, they let it go under. They was like, yo, man, fuck this. We ain't finna, you know. So a couple of months went in, they just hit me and it was like, man, look, you could keep the advance. You know what I mean? It's water under the bridge. But if you want to hang on, you want to stick with us and ride this out, you can. Or, you know, if you want to go, you can go. And it didn't make sense for me to stay with them because if I wanted to release my project or I wanted to release music at that time, I couldn't because they didn't have a portal to be able to do that for me. You know, they couldn't service me that. So it's just like, damn, if I stay with y'all,
I'm stuck.
I'm going to be fucked up, but I don't know how long. You know what I mean?
For
like,
real?
So I was just like, yo, look, it could be water under the bridge, man. It's cool. If we work again, you know, you really want to work with me again, I'm open to it. But let's just finalize this paperwork and we can just, and then they let me keep the advance, which also, you know, helped me out.
Of course.
Which was a blessing in disguise because I literally just had my son.
And
like
the world
I had my son the 14th, flew to Atlanta the 15th, signed a deal, got the advance and shit a couple of days later, trying to plan out the release, COVID happens. Literally a month and a half later. But that's what 2020 was for me. You know what I mean? Like, and it was not, that's why I say, you know what? It was cool. It was actually in whatever divine space it was supposed to happen that way. You know what I mean? Like, it was supposed to happen that way. I ended up getting my shop, locking in my shop, my art design studio, Twelvelen in Wynwood.
Shout it out, brother. Shout out to the camera.
I ended up locking that in February, not knowing that COVID was gonna hit, and I took all of my advance and I paid up the rent for that space, not knowing COVID was gonna hit for like 8-9 months in advance, not knowing, and it ended up like trapping me in that spot, which was a good thing because then once COVID got over, a lot of businesses couldn't make it. Mine's made it not because we was doing good business, but because I fucked myself in the sense of throwing all of my advance away on this location in Wynwood because I'm like, let me just get my money stuck in something.
It's kind of like you double down on yourself.
Yeah, not knowing that COVID was even a thing.
Fuck.
But look at this though. Like the beauty behind that is that I ended up getting stuck with this location in Wynwood. You know, ended up making it through without.
It survived. It survived. It's good to get stuck, bro. It survived.
Yeah. So and we survived it, and now the area in which my shop is in is deemed 24-hour entertainment because Wynwood itself, like the middle of Wynwood, is not anymore because all the new condos. So they have to close down early. So like now my 7th Ave is 24-hour entertainment. So like everybody trying to come and buy it up now, and I'm still there. So it's just like, I'm like, all right, I done made the bread back because we charging motherfuckers 7 bands to rent it for a day. Like, wow. So it's like, yo, you want it? Yeah, come on. Because there's nowhere else to go.
Because supply and demand at its finest, bro. Yeah,
but who wouldn't, I wouldn't have known that. Who would have knew?
Who would have thought? Not me, right?
Yeah.
but fuck, dude. Like, it's crazy how, like, you think you're stuck in a moment, but you're like, damn. Like, sometimes jumping the gun is what saves your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And I'm sure that, like, you've had to double down, triple down on yourself countless of times to keep this shit going, man. And that's got to be exciting. And it's got to be exciting to see it pay off and see it thrive, bro. Like I'm definitely a fan of your story.
Yeah.
No, and I really appreciate you coming on and sharing it, brother. Yeah. And then coming where you come from, because I want to go back to a point you made about creating that space, creating that foundation for like people who like go to Dash and stuff like that. Think about where you came from too, bro. Like you are literally being an inspiration for any kid who thinks that they can't do it.
Yeah.
Like come on, dude. Like, you beat the odds, and then you're creating that example, bro, and thriving, and it's authentic. That's rare. It's very, very rare. And as a fan and as a person, I appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
No, absolutely, bro. Thank you for coming on, man. And we have now we have a fun little game called ATI that we play here. Mm-hmm. It's called Ask the Internet, not a UTI. One time per show. Sorry, I make this corny joke every episode. Yeah. So it's by Barstool Sports. It's a few fun questions that Jonathan picked, and I have no idea what they are. So hopefully it's not too terrible.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right. So first question: could you beat Tom Cruise in a fight?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah. He's short, but it's tiny.
Yeah, bro, but that was quick, dog.
Nah.
That was quick.
I just like the genuine, just like, yeah, for sure. Yeah. No hesitation, like, just
I'm just here thinking of like little Tom Cruise just running around like that boy would jump off a building on top of me, and I'll be like, fuck Tom. Yeah. Don't, like, what are you doing?
Nah, he can't.
I would
like to grapple with me. That shit'd be over.
That shit be. How would you kick Tom Cruise's ass? Because like I like your confidence about this. Because I'm here.
I just know I can.
This motherfucker could hold his breath for 6 minutes, dog. If we fight him if we fight in water, this guy will go out jaws on me, bro.
Man, if he come at me and we in the state of Florida, I'm gonna shoot him. It don't.
Okay,
matter.
Well that's fair.
That's still a fight. It's still a fight.
Fuck it. Okay, so the answer is we gotta shoot Tom Cruise.
Yeah, we probably would.
Raul, you're saying yes or no?
I mean, yeah, of course I'll be calm. I ain't worried about that. Yeah.
If those are, I mean, if those are the rules, then yeah, sure, I'll beat Tom Cruise's ass too. Sure, I'll shoot him in the leg first, but fuck it, we're here.
All right. Would you rather A, you have your girlfriend's hair, or B, she has your hair?
I don't know.
Ryan's here bald.
I keep my hair.
No, but like, what about your girlfriend? Do you want your girlfriend to have your hair?
Nah.
Then
I like her hair on her.
Okay, no. I mean, I would hope so. But the question is, either she gets your hair or you get her hair.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But you got to pick one, man. I'll take her hair, I guess.
I don't know. I got nice hair. She could take my hair.
Heard on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
She could take my hair. I like that a lot. Yeah. I like that confidence.
All right. How would you rank the 4 major sports playoffs?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't watch sports.
At all? No. I'm a big.
I stopped watching sports like in fucking like high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once like.
I mostly watch it because I bet on them.
Yeah, see, I bet on me.
I bet on me too, bro. Yeah. I bet on me, dude, but sometimes I gotta bet on Braun to bet on me.
I stopped watching sports in like high school, man, and I stopped playing games in high school when like life hit me young, so it's like I ain't have time.
Oh, no, like
I feel bad watching. I feel bad sitting down too long.
I feel that. I feel that, which is why I bet on sports.
Yeah,
No.
I hit the casino often. You know.
No, see,
I was just in the Bahamas just to be at
the casino scares me.
Yeah, literally just this weekend I just went to casino. It was in the Bahamas.
Fire. No, yeah, right. Did I go to the Hard Rock? I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose everything.
Nah, see, you only take what you're willing to lose, and you still a winner even when you lose.
No, for sure. But I'm saying is like there, I just feel like I just feel like at the casino they're gonna take everything. Like I would prefer to bet on Luka Doncic than on a slot machine.
Yeah.
No cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then video games, bro. I feel on that. I don't even have a TV at my house.
Yeah.
Like
see,
no, like
yeah.
I relate to that sentiment very much. Like my TV broke like 6 months ago.
Yeah. See,
I was just
my
like,
son just be on the phone all day watching Coco Melon.
what's Coco Melon? What is that?
It's like a drug for kids that they watch.
It's
Yeah. Me and Flyboy Tarantino, he's a part of Members Only. Me and his son born the same day,
wow.
and both of them addicted to the same shit.
Coco Melon?
Yeah.
It's a visual drug for kids.
Yeah, it's a visual drug. Any parent to know that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Heard. Nah, I'm not a parent at all.
Man.
You could tell. So I'm hearing like Baby Shark is it. Like in my little
I think Baby
fantasy.
Shark is with Coco Melon too, though, right?
Is it?
It all comes on the same reel.
They all okay, so they're all homies?
Yeah, they all homies.
Okay, so like it's like a modern day Blues Clues, I guess. Fuck it.
It would be if Blues Clues and Barney had a baby.
Wow.
That's what it would be. It would be Blues Clues and Barney. They make a baby.
These kids are fucked.
And they created that because Barney was that for me.
Yeah.
No,
And
Barney,
then
yeah.
the generation that's a little bit under us, it was like Teletubbies.
Yeah,
And then
right?
after that, it was this shit. Cause Teletubbies, I just watched that. Like, damn, let me not say that, but yeah, when I
No,
see
Teletubbies, hey, bro,
nah,
Teletubbies
man.
was at one point in time.
Yeah,
bro,
it was like
I was more of a Barney guy
Teletubbies
myself.
for weird kids.
I couldn't fuck with that son. I couldn't
yeah.
fuck with the baby as a son.
Bro.
I couldn't fuck with that though.
No, dude, I couldn't fuck with these weirdos with the fucking TV on their stomachs. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
super weird. Super weird. Not like I had a big Scooby Doo phase as well.
Yeah,
No, like Scooby Doo was my shit at one point.
Scooby Doo is a little older kids. That's toddler.
Yeah.
That's a toddler TV show.
Yeah,
But like baby TV shows, it was like that's what it.
Elmo.
Those the tears. Yeah,
Sesame
Elmo.
Street.
Elmo still.
it's
good.
crazy how Elmo became
Like Mickey Mouse is still cool too. Like
Yeah.
Mickey
Bro,
Mouse is still cool.
I got my socks on, dog.
Yeah, see, Mickey Mouse is still a shit. Like I'm forcing him to watch Mickey Mouse now because it's like,
Bro, Disney's a bad.
Yeah.
Not like when like you made that Disney reference, I got a little giddy because I fucking love Disney, dude.
yeah.
And it goes back to that point. Wanna know what I like about it? It's curated to make sure I'm having a good fucking time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not like straight up. Like, it's the only reason
No,
that
it
Disney
is, it
exists.
is, it is.
To make sure that I'm fucking happy. And you know what? 9 out of 10, I really am. It's a great time. It's a great time.
All right. So
right,
two
next
more
question.
questions. Would you rather be only able to eat cream cheese or ketchup?
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Come on, dude. What do I use cream cheese on? A bagel, maybe a cracker or two here and there.
I don't even put it on that. I don't even eat cream cheese.
Oh, no, I like cream cheese. It's fine. It's a
Yeah.
decent spread, sure. But ketchup, bro, that shit's universal.
Yeah, it is. You can make what else you can make what?
Come on, burgers, hot dogs,
Yeah,
fries.
pasta.
Sure, fuck it, why not? You can.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. Who's the number one celebrity you would want to see come back to life? Collab with, do whatever you want.
Fuck.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
Bro, you know what? Like, I mean, from a collaboration standpoint, Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel like you could like talk to Prince?
Bro, no, not at all. I feel like I'll be mystified and mind blown, but I'm super here for it. Like, that'll be Prince and I'll be the court jester. No cap. Like, for sure. But nah, but that'll be it between, yeah. And then, like, in general, I don't know, bro. I don't give a shit. People die.
Yeah.
I feel like collabing with, I feel like I'd just be like Kobe. I want to talk to Kobe.
Who wouldn't? Yeah. You know,
Okay,
that's a good one, too.
Yeah, I would probably say Kobe, no lie.
Yeah. I feel bad for his daughter, though, because I'm not including his daughter in that one. But
I mean, bro, yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, bro, unfortunately, a lot of people don't include his daughter when they talk about his death. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's wild.
That is wild, right?
That is
Like,
wild. You'll forget, too. That's crazy.
yeah, man. And you know, that's the thing about when, like, you get to that cultural status, like, people forget it. People forget about the people that, you know, support you and put you on that, man.
Yeah, Kobe, it would be like Kobe for me. It would be Pac, of course. It would be like Tupac.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a great pick.
Marvin Gaye.
Ooh.
Musically,
fuck.
Marvin Gaye.
Fuck.
You know.
Yeah.
Would you say Marvin's an influence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Al
me,
Green.
Yeah,
Like,
Marvin Gaye, Al Green's definitely big influence on the R&B side when I'm creating, and on like when I get into like the more like rhythmic things, it be a lot of like I say like 8 Ball MJG.
nice.
Even when you don't notice it, but it is that's what I be like a lot like ripping from.
Yeah.
And Bone Thugs.
Is Still Standing still your favorite album?
Yeah. Still Standing
By the Goody Mob, right?
Yeah, by Goody Mob. Still my favorite album. Yeah,
Nice.
I got that shit tattooed on my back.
Oh, okay, so
that's
then,
gonna always be my favorite. Like CeeLo Green is one of my favorite artists of all time. If I can work with him, meet him, that'd be amazing. Even if it's not like creating a record itself, but just more so of like creative building
and just being in that atmosphere
amongst
and,
a record,
and
even if it's
sharing
not
that
for
space.
me, like just whatever.
Yeah, just fucking being in that space
Yeah.
with them and just tossing ideas and creating
Yeah,
and creating that energy and that essence.
yeah.
You know
I
what
want
I'm
to
saying?
just see like what his mind at, like, you know, because you gotta understand, like he like when I see like artists that aren't afraid of changing and evolving themselves, coming from a place where it's like where I come from, you know, like seeing like Andre Big Boy, of course, you know, CeeLo Green, the entire Goody Mob family, those people in particular, even like Pharrell and even Kid Cudi, they come from the bottom, like they come from like the hoods from where they're from, you know what I mean? And then to see them without fear of changing, not changing, evolving, because they're not changing. So without fear of like evolving themselves spiritually, mentally, physically, they're not afraid of it. A lot of artists be afraid of it, you know.
Bro, they
like,
embrace it.
Yeah, they full on embrace it. Like you understand, like looking at Dre, and these boys come from the hood. Like they from the hood.
Yeah.
And them boys talking astrology. They talking
And fucking giant pink floral shirts.
Yeah, he's wearing a whole big ass church gown dress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he had like I'm not gonna do that. I'm not into that like that. But them
Holy
boys
shit!
really,
Like, what do you know?
them boys like what is it that you what has gotten you to this point? I want to hear that story because I can tell you what has gotten my mental to where it is now, and I know it's so much more to go. You feel me? I ain't even hit my 30s yet. It's just like, and I already even like rest in peace like X. You feel me? Like his mental literally just like just like damn. Like he was like how me and him was thinking, we was already thinking so far outside of music. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, like the shit that I'm on, like we was been on this shit, like thinking about like wanting to obtain these type of things and do these type of things within the community before
You even had anything done.
you know what I mean? Before we even had anything done, before we even had the platforms, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't about only the music, because music is just an accessory to life.
It's a platform to build, to continue building.
It's a platform, it's a platform for the person who's creating it, but music is only an accessory to your everyday. Music has no value, no meaning without the moment at all. So it has music have zero value, zero anything without a moment. Like whenever I think of a song, I think about where I was at in that time in life. Like whenever I think of my senior year of high school, whenever I'm thinking about when I was in like the 10th grade in high school, I'm thinking of Wiz Khalifa. Like that's what I was on. I was smoking blunts. I was smoking Dutchess. You get what I'm saying? Because I can affiliate that with that time.
Yeah.
So even for like just a note, like for other musicians that may be seeing, it's like, even without the financial support or whatever, create an experience that people can attach to, that they can attach the music to, even if it's just for 20 people. Every moment matters when you're trying to insert music into someone's memory bank. You feel me? So, yeah, that's what music is for me. You know, like that's why I go so hard outside of music, because it's like shit ain't about the fucking music. Like the music,
It's about what the music does for the moment.
Yeah, it's about what the moment does with the music, though.
Sorry, you just super fucked me up right now.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just like, And
I've never heard it broken down that way before.
And it goes back to like, again, one of those other reasons why I created the Homies Only, those parties. You know what I mean? It was for people to go and enjoy themselves and have a moment to affiliate these records.
Wow.
With. Like, that was the night. You creating the moment.
No, you're creating the memory, the moment, all of it. Like you are creating that atmosphere.
We have to.
We have to. I absolutely agree with that.
We literally have to. You can't, because it already has proven itself. You can't depend on anyone else to do that.
Wow.
You know, them DJs, those people, whomever it is you want to call out.
They're gonna play whatever the fuck they want to
They're
play.
gonna do what they want to do, but you can create
that
you know,
what you
control
want.
your own narrative and create that. Like, take control. At what point do you take full control of your life and say, all right, I'm moving to LA now. I'm moving to Atlanta now. At what point do you stop dying waiting and make that happen?
And saying I want. Just fucking do it.
I'm doing it. Like, that's it. So create that moment.
Man, Twelvelen, it's been a fucking great conversation with you, brother.
For sure.
Nah, man. Thank you again for coming on, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Nah,
bro.
man. I've gotten goosebumps during the show at least three times. Like you dropped the actual factuals for sure.
Thank you.
And man, just shout out everybody. Tell everybody where they can find you.
I'm Twelvelen, Miami, Florida. Shout out to all of the homies, to all of just everybody, you know. The Velour Boys. I don't know. We out here though, man. Keep being great. Keep pushing. Don't stop.
Keep pushing. Keep being great. We're trying to be great over here.
Yeah.
You can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, your girlfriend's phone. It's going to be a great time. Thank you for watching. This has been Knowledge, Nonsense, and Reasoning.